Before starting this video, I have to tell you something very important. There is a small chance that I'm going to die within a few days. There is this chemical I'm consuming, and this chemical kills like more than 4 million people every year. And like just for reference, all the drugs, all the heroin, morphine, all these drugs combined, they kill 0.6 million people every single year. This chemical I'm consuming, it kills like 4 million people. And once you start taking it, there is no going back. If you stop taking it, your body will start craving this chemical. And if you try to control those cravings, you stop taking this thing completely for a few days, you are going to die. Too much of it is also not good. It will suffocate you, you will stop breathing, and you will die because of it. And this chemical is so dangerous that it can destroy metals. For the people who care, it is called DHMO, dihydrogen monoxide, and the more I research about it, what do I even say? Did anyone realize what the fuck I just did? DHMO, dihydrogen monoxide, H2O, water. I portrayed it in such a way that it sounds like poison. It sounds like it is going to kill me or something. Just for reference, every single thing I told you so far is completely true. Too much of water is not good. It can drown you, it can suffocate you, you will stop breathing and you will die because of it. It kills 4 million people every single year because of diseases that are caused because of water. It can destroy metals because of corrosion, a process called as rusting. In the world of psychology, this is called DHMO, dihydrogen monoxide parody. And this is not something I'm creating by myself. This is like a real phenomena. And understanding this phenomena, understanding DHMO parody is the first piece of puzzle to destroy your stress. Most of the problems in your life, they are this much. The stress they cause, this much. Who is responsible for this? Social media. So for the people who don't know, I don't use social media. YouTube and WhatsApp are the only exception, and even then, that is completely clean. My YouTube homepage is completely empty, so I don't just start watching something I don't want to watch. I have complete control over what I'm going to watch. But over the last few weeks, I've been using more and more of social media, and the more I use it, the more I want to use it. It is like a black hole that pulls you towards itself. It is super fucking addictive even for me, who is not using any social media for over 3 years by this point. And my experience so far has been terrible. I started fighting some random people online. I see some controversial posts about Trump versus India, about feminism, about how Indians have no civic sense, stuff like that. And even though all of these things have nothing to do with me, they still make me feel worse. Social media is designed to make you feel worse. You will either see some softcore porn, some influencers fighting, some controversy going on, some people who are more attractive, who are more successful and have a much better life compared to you, which makes you feel insecure, or the current affairs, the news that is going on, which has nothing to do with you, but it is going to make you feel worse. And I'm pretty sure that some of you might think that that is your problem, you are insecure, you are this, you are that, but that is not the case. Instagram, social media, most of it was designed for this. The engineers who created this, who designed the algorithm, they did a lot of research on human psychology, how addictions work, how insecurities work, and they designed these algorithms based on this knowledge. If you don't trust me, do your own research. And it is not just social media that is bad, even traditional media, newspapers, news channels, they are even worse than that. Recently there was an India-Pakistan war, and 90% of what they say is complete lie, complete bullshit. I remember my parents watching this news, and the sound effects they were using, the irritating sound effect, those zoop zoop sounds, the alarm sounds like they were going to die or something, like the war is happening in their own studio and they are going to be killed or something. That makes you feel so fucking stressed even though there's nothing to be worried about. You need to take a step back, realize that the world is huge, it is massive, and you are just a small part of it. There are so many amazing places to explore. There are some parts of the world covered in forests. There are some parts covered in ice and glaciers. There are so many deserts. There are some huge cities like Tokyo. It is when you realize how massive this world is, you understand that your concerns, your worries are nothing compared to that. I remember back when I was a kid, so we are talking about like 10-12 years ago, my age must be around 10 years or something. I have this very vague memory where one evening I'm outside, I'm lying on the ground and I'm looking at the sky, at the clouds. That was probably the most relaxing, the most satisfying, the most fulfilling feeling I ever had. Back then, I had no money, no social media, no modern day bullshit, and despite this, the feeling I had was irreplaceable. A few days ago, I'm at my office, I'm sitting near a window and I'm looking outside. So the view is amazing, it is very similar to what I used to see back then. The clouds, the sky, the birds, all this stuff. And I remember the feeling I had when I was a kid. The feeling of satisfaction, the relaxing feeling, nothing comes close to that. So this entire view, this this window was on my left side, and on my right side there's this typical corporate environment. People are working, trying to be busy, trying to be productive, trying to be professional, and these two sides are completely opposite of each other. This side it is so relaxing, so fulfilling, so nice. This side it is so busy, so rushed, the hustle culture environment. And I asked myself, does it have to be like this? Because all these rules, the hustle culture, glorifying the hard work, trying to be productive, all these rules are made up rules. Because fundamentally speaking, humans are animals just like cats and dogs and birds who don't give a fuck about life. Their rules are simple, just be happy, do nothing, and things are going to be fine. Humans are some animals who created their own rules which were supposed to make lives easy, but ironically they made things worse. We created some rules, we created some problems, and now we are stressed about that. And again, social media is highly responsible for this. People act as if you're not this rich, successful businessman who lives in Dubai or something, you are a failure. On that day, in that moment, I asked myself, what happens if I never be successful? Like, let's say hypothetically, if I'm fired from my job, is it going to destroy my life completely? I don't think so. I will maybe find a new job, make less money maybe, but still be completely fine. A lot of you might be worried about your job, some upcoming deadline you have, your boss is giving you some trauma, some exams you're supposed to prepare for, and let me tell you right now, I've experienced all of that, and no matter how badly that goes, you'll be completely fine. Worst case, you fail the exam, you get less marks, you get fired from your job. 3 months after this disaster, no one is going to care. No one is going to ask you. I have a younger brother, and a few months ago he was supposed to give this SSC board exam. For the people who don't know, this is like the biggest exam you can give as a school kid. I go to one of his parents teachers meeting. My parents were busy, so like I was supposed to go there, and the teachers were like, you're supposed to be gentle with your kids, you're supposed to focus on their diet, what they're eating, their tiffin, you're supposed to be motivating and encouraging and do all these small things. And look, these things are fine, but I have given this exam. 3 months after the exam, no one gives a fuck about the exam. You go to college, time goes on, no one remembers how much marks you got. So from my point of view, this was so funny because it was like you are teaching a baby how to walk, and you are telling the baby that if you cannot walk in future, you are a failure. You are supposed to follow this timetable for walking. You are supposed to follow this diet for walking. Making a big deal out of nothing. And I don't even blame the teachers because for them, school is like their whole life, their whole world. They don't know what happens after school. Like they logically know about the college, but they don't think that much about it. For them, school is their whole world. And SSC board exam is the biggest exam you can ever give. For them. So it is natural for them to be concerned about it. It is like how if I make a lot of YouTube videos on mental health, I will act as if mental health is the biggest, most important thing in a person's life. Even though I can be wrong, I can be right. Doesn't matter. So during school, everyone acts as if this is the biggest exam you can give. After school, there is junior college, and in this phase, again, same thing happens. People act as if 12th entrance exam is the biggest exam you can give because this exam decides the college you are going to go to. So I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to focus on this exam alone. The exam goes by, results are out, no one cares after 3 months, I go to college, same thing happens. All the teachers act as if school and junior college, they were nothing. College decides how much money you are going to make. So focus on the college, fuck board exams, fuck entrance exams. This is the most important thing. I try to do my best in the college, acting as if this is like the final stage, the final boss I'm supposed to deal with. I get a job, same thing happens. People act as if job is the most important thing because this makes you money. School, junior college, those things were not going to make you money. Job makes you money, so focus on job. And the point I'm trying to make is your struggle is never going to end. People always act as if your current phase of life is the most important phase of your life. But no matter how much you fuck up, you are going to be completely fine. I know people at my job who have the same role as me, same age as me. They work much harder than I do. They are more productive. I enjoy working. They don't. They complain about the work-life balance, and we make the exact same amount of money. I also made a video on that, how to escape hustle culture without quitting your job, so you can check it out here. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.